Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we're continuing the World of Warcraft Hardcore series with Syken Shocks, our shaman. In the background, a couple of musical improvs of my little one. And in the meantime, we are starting with a very special quest, Broken Alliance. Broken Alliance is one of those quests where you better know what you're doing, because it is a toughie. We need to kill an ogre captain, and that guy isn't coming alone. This guy comes with an entourage of 6. So that is ouch, even for veteran adventurers. We're going to search him. I found the only other person in this very desolated place who, surprise surprise, also has the quest but wasn't able to finish it. And him and I will now just move along side the route and we'll get the guy down. So that's the plan. Fast forward. Good. In typical wolf form, we are moving in. Ngok is going to help us here. Step 1. Alright, so that and that. I think we're going to go in with shield and a dagger. The rogue is a little bit slow, but better slow and safe than going in too fast. Way too much. He's committing. I have plenty of stuff behind me. We need to clear. That guy is not smart. Everything about this was not smart. From the way that we positioned, to the way that we additionally pulled further ads. Like literally everything. We need to clear an area first. Way too many ads. And that's what I'm going to do. You can't just approach this guy, not in the middle of many hits. We're going to start with what we should have done a while ago, which is just clearing this entire area, and as he moves through it, we do have the liberty to then go ahead and actually kill him and his entourage.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Good. This is much better. Now we do have a little bit more breathing room.
That's still recharging.
Granted, the guy
That spell isn't ready.
is moving away from us.
Charging.
Rogue buffs up. I think he also underestimated just the amount of ads. I will clear ahead. Try to distract and slow them. Good. We know exactly where they are going, and this here is, by the way, a freer area. So all I need to do is clear this stupid area here.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still
And we should be good to go.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready.
Very good. So the boss is, that ogre boss is basically visiting the different camps, making sure that all of his minions are doing what they're supposed to do. This is a good area. I will set up totems and heal us, then engage. Do you have Blade Fury? Okay, Stonestone Totem, we're going in with Wind Fury, a little bit of that. I suggest Zep 1, Blind 1. I will heal and support DPS. Marked targets need to die first. Ready? Okay, it seems that he is.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Good. Those little nets are the real problem. Try to do them alone. The nets are becoming typically a nightmare. Yeah, well, that worked out well. His Blade Fury, I mean, at least he was taking it seriously and wasn't backing away. His Blade Flurry paved the way. I killed both of the casters. And we were overall successful. Good job. Once we engaged in a better terrain. Well played. Good. Next up, we want to finish the quest here, the study of elemental rock. Alright, so in order to get this one here going, we need Wind Fury, and it will be a bit of a rougher one, because these guys are nature damage immune. I figure, by the way, that rock elementals, interestingly enough, are potentially the least fun enemies in the entire game to fight against. So hold on for a second why I think that. Number one, they don't bleed very well, and warriors typically don't like their high armor. Number two, they are immune to poison, so rogues have no weapon poison, and they cannot blind them, so their crowd control in case things are going off the rails is off. Number three, they're immune to nature damage, which means caster druids as well as elemental shamans will have a problem with them. Number four, they are quite sturdy for their level, so everybody else will hate the high hit points. And number five, there is, besides the warlock who can banish them, no form of crowd control that really works out well with them. So, short version, these guys are actually, upon reflecting, the nightmare of... oh, I forgot something. The hunter and their things also deal nature damage, and some of the hunter pets, like gorillas, are completely nature damage based. So that the entire damage of Thunder Stomp would be negated by their immunity. So by thinking about it, these guys actually do have a lot going for them, and yeah, we're basically going in with Stone Skin so that we're going to take less damage and are just trying to get them down. Can't even use my lightning shield. All I can do is totem and fiery shocks and wind fury. Like, that's it. That's not a great great setup against them. I think that the rock elementals are, or generally earth elementals, are good against most of the classes. It's just that their combination of poison immunity, nature damage immunity, and status effect resistance makes them incredibly difficult for many classes to play against. Yeah, we just need 5 bracers, so it's what we're trying to get. Once we have the 5 bracers, we're going to go back, trade them in, and finalize our quest for the nifty stopwatch. And that'll be good. I already talked about that finally frees up this spot here. So very much looking forward for that. It's crazy because typically I would go in and I would precast. All of that is essentially off the table. My very own lightning shield is off the table because it deals like 0 damage, and we're just using fire damage. That's really it. That's unfortunate. I bet you Rockbiter weapon would potentially also not deal any additional damage. It's crazy if you think about it. And then they, on top of it, do have good resistances, which... Yeah. they are resisting a lot of the shocks. What a nasty type of enemy. I'll add them to the list of enemies that are more nasty than you would give them credit for. Mages, on the other hand, and warlocks do not have that many problems with it. With my warlock, this was like child's play, no problem whatsoever. With my mage also, like as whoever is not impacted by nature damage is not having a problem with that. But almost all of the other classes, or let's say more than 50% of the classes, do not like to fight against elementals. Okay. Braces, as always, are not dropping that often, so I'll fast forward the grinding process a bit. Alright, so we have finished the grind of the earth elementals. Let's go. We're moving over. Time to trade in. Alrighty, so time for a trade in. It's going to be hard. Let's talk here.
Daylight's burning. You have a great day now. Off and away.
And
Can I help you?
let's talk over here. And that is going to be yet another elemental. Earth, I don't know. Is it actually? Maybe. Yeah, it is. Alrighty. This time we need to fight against a orange elemental. Luckily I waited a few levels, because if that would have been a red earth elemental, that would be no fun. Yeah, we can get that guardian down. Takes a while because we're missing the nature damage, but yeah, it eventually goes down. And with it we finally
Need assistance? Off and away.
get our nifty stopwatch, as well as 5,000 experience. Just look at that. Beautiful trinket. Putting it down there. It's right in position where it's supposed to be, and we always have, once every 30 minutes, a nice get out of jail card. So, now that we're done here, the next natural question would be, so what now? We're trading in broken alliances, and then I think we're going to fly to the Arathi Highlands and are going to do the Sunken Treasure, and then maybe the Swamp of Sorrows. That seems like a decent idea for a couple of quests that we haven't played so far. Okay, so let's trade in the broken alliances. It should be another very good quest with a decent amount of experience.
Blood and thunder.
Yeah, we're not going to use the follow-up 50 elite quest. No thank you. We're 99% in, almost ready to level. And let's fly to the Grongol. Not Grongol, what's the camp called? The Hammerfall camp. That's a good idea. There we go. Alrighty, so we made it to Swamp of Sorrows. I didn't fully do the Arathi quest yet. Instead, you see that we got the nice little world buffs. And it is time for Swamp of Sorrows. A couple of quests actually here. Let's start with the Dream Dust over here, which we're going to do first. That requires us to kill a couple of, I think, whelps, and that's pretty much it. We got a major quest line over here. Do you need the escort quest still? We could do it together. There's an escort quest. Yeah, okay, we will need to do it alone, but that's fine. I just want to be friendly because that mage has just summoned me 3 stacks of water. I am a thirsty bull. What can I say? Good. These whelps is what we're looking for. Oh wow, look at that. Almost 2-tap this guy. Let's try to hit the ones that are still giving experience. As you can see, some of them are a little bit too low in level. I waited very long with the Swamp of Sorrows, maybe a little bit too long. But these guys are still giving a little bit XP. So 1 level more and it potentially wouldn't have mattered to go here. These guys can be a problem. Specifically if you have multiples, because they have a ranged attack and they can hit quite heavy. So yeah, I'll just grind through the Dreaming Whelps. Once we're done, then the Dream Dust thing is done. I think we can trade it in. And what else do we have? Do you have this?
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still charging. I can't cast that.
Alright, I'm still trying to find support for that elite quest there. By the way, these small flame sacks, they are worth a pretty penny. You can do resist potions out of them, and they are used for dragon breath chili. Don't remember what his role was. Pretty sure that was a long quest line.
That's still recharging.
Alrighty, so fast forward, got half of the kills, and like I said, we're 2-tapping these guys.
That's still recharging. That spell is.
Alright, so I found a quest for, or a guy that wants to do the quest, Nothing But the Truth. North west. So I basically found that guy that is willing to do the quest together with us. In the meantime, I'm trying to find Noboku, the Wandering Mob here, that I just so happened to find. And I also need the escort quest, so quite a bit that I need. Let's first of all get Noboru. We're going to unplague, and those dwellers should die with ease. Once the main guy is dead, the entourage dies quickly as well. Also, we're a little bit higher level than they are, so it's all good. Fantastic. So we got Nungoku, and with him a drop quest. And we're leading our friend to Nothing But the Truth, Marlord Fungus. I've never done this quest, so let's sincerely hope that two people are good enough for it. But we are two shamans, so things should work out. Let's hope he's an enhancement shaman, so that he'll take the front line. If push comes to shove, I can always use a shield and one hand. So, we're trading in that Noboru quest. There's a lot going on here, by the way. Crystals, and we need to do Gallant's Escape. So, plenty of us to do there. In the meantime, let's trade in that one quest. There we go. Little XP snack. And we are on our way to the entrance of that part of the valley, which I've never been in. Crazy, right? Typically that's a bad sign in many of the zones, like that one little ledge or valley that you've never entered. That's where the danger lurks. We can already start clearing the way. Good, our friend Kibizi finally arrived. We killed a few of those stranglers, and this here looks like a pretty safe area actually, all things considered. And there is the Mirelord. I'm just using common knowledge here, which is clear the area first. I will do stone, skin, plus healing, plus what else do we need? Searing. You can do whatever suits you. Ready?
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still
Good.
that spell
Let's grab this guy and see why is this an elite quest. Well, for starters, the guy is absolutely 100% immune to nature damage. Why was that marked as elite? I wonder. That's strange. We killed him like effortlessly. I could have done that by myself. Good. Then let's also do the escort quest together. That was strange. So they marked that as an elite quest, and the guy themselves wasn't even elite. Well, he was immune to nature damage. That makes him a bigger problem for us, but he was hitting nowhere as hard as you would expect from an elite monster. Very, very strange. Alright, where do we trade this thing in, by the way? Nothing but the truth. Oh, I see. Deep Strider Tumor, which is somewhere else. So there is an elite part, and we've just done the non-elite. Okay, clever. As if you couldn't tell by now, I have never done that quest before. So it has elite parts and non-elite parts. That's an interesting quest. Very much so. Okay. Well, doesn't matter now. There's still nothing but the truth Shadow Panther hearts that we need to take, and there must be an elite section as well. Since this is the escape route. Okay, he's definitely an answer, which is actually a decent combination. He will melee, we'll do the casting. Good. My plan is to simply kill all of these things. Your Q lock is full.
I can't cast that yet. It's too far away.
Good. He now also has that quest. We can get your crystals on the way out easily. Yeah, and you can see this the differentiation between enhancement and my spec. My upfront damage is simply a little bit higher.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Good, we'll clear that entire area here. Fast forward for you guys. Good, we're in the middle of their camp, and this is on Geku, who, yet again, we did have a quest, I think from 1,000 Needles, if I'm not mistaken. Was it that, or Duskwater Marsh? Desolays. Well, need to trade that one in as well. And it's nice because the Swamp of Sorrows seems to be kind of the destination for many of these, I would say, rather esoteric quest lines. Start somewhere and then send you to a different, foreign, very far away zone. And oftentimes it is exactly this zone here.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging.
Make sure that you have room for a quest, because we are doing an escort. Ready, and
What can I do for you?
let's go. The actual quest will be easier now, because we have swiped the place.
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. Charging.
He likes frost shocks. That's interesting. I mean, it's not a bad cast per se, but it's one of those that I feel I'm potentially underutilizing.
That's still recharging.
My upfront damage is obscene.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready.
The Bug Dweller's coming in and is already at half.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
Interesting. Alright. Yeah, we're leaving a trail of destruction in our wake. That's like nothing is surviving, not even the wildlife. Everything's just going to be destroyed. But that's okay. So once we're done with that escort quest, I do have a couple of just collection quests, really. And we still have that elite quest. I just need to find where that elite part is, because we've only found the non-elite parts.
Charging. That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet. I'm out of range. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
I was trying to get that crystal to our friend. Enhancer Shaman. Well, we played a enhanced healing spec for
You need something?
39 levels,
How are
so can't fault it.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that.
Where the hell is my random lightning blast going? He's hitting a fisherman somewhere off in the distance. What the actual F?
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
In typical shaman fashion, our enhancer just doesn't care about being wounded or poisoned. But yeah, we got that one now. Very nice. You needed 2 crystals, right?
I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Okay, never let another player not finish their quest. That's my mantra. Always help them, even if it means 2 more minutes of work for you.
That's still recharging.
In the long run, you're being rewarded. That guy is going to be happy, and he's going to say, wow, it was so nice to quest with him. Trade in, let's see where that elite quest is. I think there is an elite part about that other quest. Alright, so trade in and then elite quest. Cool, so found out that the last piece of that elite quest is indeed in Desolace, which is interesting, isn't it? Like there's a Desolace quest sending you here, and then there's a quest here sending you to Desolace, and we need to do nothing short of killing one of those massive giants there, the elite sea giants, that is. So that'll be interesting. I think very much doable, but nonetheless dangerous if we do it alone. Should potentially get like 1 extra person with us. In the meantime, now what we're going to do is Sawtooth Flanks, which are these crocodiles, so it's a simple collection quest. Once we're done with that, we're going for the panthers, which we're going to kill down here. And I don't know if I even want to do the water quest. The one thing that I absolutely hate about the very beach here is it takes super long to get any of the wildlife, the water wildlife. They are ultra separated. It's not a fast spawn, so you can imagine this is kind of a proper depiction of all of the enemies that are even there. So you're walking like in half a minute or so until you even find the next crab. On top of that, green dragon. Somnus is patrolling this very area, so I am tendentially not in the best mood of going there. Pools of Tears, on the other hand, is an easy quest. We can do that. It just requires a little bit of diving in the pool, and unless the dragon is up in the center, the rare dragon, there isn't even any rare enemy either, so we should be fine. Good. I'll fast forward the croc thing. That seems to be dropping absolutely fantastic already. 0 out of 8, and I killed about 10 of the crocs. Nice. Well, that's good. Can only be a matter of an hour then. Anyway, so let's fast forward that before we go into the pool of tears. About 40 crocodiles later, we're done with the unprecedented flanks, and I think now it's time to go and do some fishing. Oh no, you know what? Let's start with panthers because they need to respawn. So we're killing those guys, then we're going fishing, then panthers again. Kind of trying to optimize this. Could also layer hop, but whatever. We're starting with panthers just to get that quest. I'm semi-committed to doing that quest. There seems to be a follow-up, and I want to do quest lines that we haven't done like 100 times before. So we already started doing the quests in Arathi, and this quest line we most certainly have not done before because it is cumbersome. But sometimes the most cumbersome quests are the best ones, either because it's great storyline or because the XP is good. Because one thing the devs of World of Warcraft definitely have taken into consideration, if you need to travel a lot and if it is cumbersome, typically the rewards are reflecting it, and that could be either awesome experience or some extra big chunk of loot that you otherwise wouldn't get. So before we get too happy about that though, let's kill the panthers here. They are the bit more cumbersome part, and we need to be careful because if I'm not mistaken, this cave is a little bit more dangerous. That's all for the Hero of the Horde quest. Can't fully remember what's in there, but it wasn't just Murlocs. I think there was an elite or some higher level enemies in there. Good. The panthers will be a pain in the rear to get all of them. A, they are invisible, and B, there are like dozens of other enemies here. Unfortunately, these spiders don't drop the large venom sacs that I need. Otherwise all of this wouldn't be too bad. And unfortunately, north of here is the territory of Somnus, the dragon. And believe me, I don't want to mess around with a level 62 dragon. That would spill quick and decisive death to our character. Somnus is one of those dragons that you need in the Onyxia attunement quest. Unfortunately, he's always there, so you just gotta watch out. Am I tripping? Where are the panthers? I think it's time to go into the water, get all of that, and then search the panthers up here. Good. For the water, we're doing what every reasonable being would do. We're going to give ourselves water breathing. There are just a few frenzied piranhas, and we're not looking for those footlockers. We are looking for little idols, and they can be a bit hard to spot out. I'll showcase you one once I find the first one. Speaking of the devil, right here is the first one, so they are a bit hard to distinguish. And if you don't have water breathing, this quest is a bit iffy, but with water breathing it's actually fine. And since there is nothing dangerous in here, the only dangerous part is inside of the sunken temple, including the dragon, rare dragon spawn that might spawn there, but nothing inside of the water. So we can just collect the 10 and go our merry way. And if I'm not mistaken, this leads to the egg quest later. I might be mistaken. It is definitely a follow-up. I'm not sure if it's the ancient egg, but it's good to have that poor quest done. Now, I think it's not the ancient egg. That was a hinterland quest, but I know there is a follow-up quest where you then collect tablets inside. Alright, let me collect the rest, and then we're going to hunt panthers. Alright, done with the collection. And figured out that there is no rare spawn up at the moment, but that doesn't mean that Somnus isn't lurking to the east of here. Cool. That is a rare elite captain. Don't want to even need to deal with this guy. Good that the unit tracker spotted them out right away. And we're trying to find more panthers now, which should be around here. Since the south has been so difficult for us in terms of finding them, this here looks like a bit more freed up area. And we need to find 5 panther hearts. Ooh, a rare one, okay. Can we solo pull this guy? Potentially, let's see. Well, that was the easiest magic item that I have ever found, and it's a good one. Cool. Good. Let me try to find more of these panthers. This is going to be cumbersome, but I think it's going to be well worth it. Just need to make sure that we're not running into Somnus. Alright, after a long period of time of just searching for those stupid panthers, we are finally done. Now the only thing that remains is this quest here, and I figure I could give it a try. Not the biggest fan of finding those crabs, but maybe if we're just using the different layers, this here could actually work out well. Also, I'm too close to Somnus for my taste. Haven't seen him patrolling on the actual shoreline, but who knows. Someone unfortunately drags him here, or he decides to take a stroll. My totem is too close, and all of a sudden we do have a problem.
It's not ready yet. Inventory is full.
A black pearl. Interesting.
I can't carry anymore.
Good, we'll take that one. Like I said, this quest is a bit time intense, just because you need to again go across the entirety of that beach and get these monstrous crabs, and then not all of them drop. You need 10 legs of that, so that's at least 10 kills if you're lucky. Potentially more like 20, 25 kills, and there are murlocs here.
That's still recharging. I can't.
There's a reason why I've never finished those quests, but since this is a playthrough where I wanted to do alternative quests, you get what you wish for, Syken. So here we go with all of the quests that I'm typically not doing. And who knows, maybe this is just the entrance to a wonderful quest. Those underwater quests, for instance, that I was not doing in Arathi, they are good, just because they are in a very relaxing and calm environment. XP wise, from an optimization perspective, potentially not. But yeah, sometimes there is more than like fully optimized questing. So we found ourselves with 3 legs, which isn't too bad if you think about it. Could be much worse. Fully drink up, and then we're just gonna go all the way down to here, leg of surplus, which was the crocodile quest. And if my memory serves me well, that guy gives us a follow-up quest for the Murlocs here. That way nothing goes to waste, and everything, and I mean everything, can be used. I think I'll just skip the Murlocs and ride around their camp. No point in actually fighting through them. All that can come from this is unnecessary stress. Good, fast forward. Like I mentioned, we have skipped most of the Murlocs simply because without a quest they are not really worth our attention. And now we need to kill what exactly? Sawtooth Snapper. Aren't that turtles? Why am I tripping here? This here is a no-no area. That's where Somnus is patrolling. So you're telling me down here are turtles and we need to kill them? I think snappers are turtles, right? Or are that Murlocs? Oh no, okay, that now that makes a lot of sense. And another rare. Cool part about those low pop servers is you potentially get to kill every rare in the game. Another easy magical item. Agility plus intelligence. Not bad. I like the girdle. Would need to be stamina in order to make it worthwhile for us. And yeah, we're staying nicely here at the shoreline. I'll just get these guys to the shoreline, and that'll be just as good. And once we've killed all of them, we'll just layer swap and do it over and over. That way we need to travel much less and we don't risk getting close to Somnus.
I can't cast that. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I'm still charging. I'm out of range.
Unfortunately, I can't always take water walking just to pull. Speed up the pull a little bit. But on the other hand, we only need 6 of their tooth, so how difficult can that be? Already got 2. Good, we're done with that little escapade down there. Let's just trade in.
Blood and thunder. Go for
He gives us
victory.
3.5k and asks us to speak to the next guy. Okay, cool. Qatar, what's up, my man?
What do you need? Go with her.
He now finally opens up the Murlocs,
Closer.
free for hunt. One thing that's missing here is some type of merchant.
Samsung strength.
Alright. Marsh Murlocs, and that's it? No, also ink sweepers. Wonderful. So that's 20 kills right there. Let's go.
I can't cast that spell.
Murlocs definitely not to be underestimated. They are world champions in running away and getting more people involved.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I'm still recharging. I can't cast that
And
yet. That spell is
oh, that sea crawler added because of the totem. Are you kidding me? Wonderful. Well, we need to reconsider our alternatives here.
I need more mana.
As per the usual, we're on our own.
Not enough mana.
Not going to pull that spider. Yeah, that could have been really bad, but luckily if you know when to go in and when to get the hell out of there, then things are typically okay. Nice little mail boots, by the way. Good, learned something today. If your totem with bind affects kind of a random mob, then they are indeed aggroing. Better to learn that now than in the Euro crater when you aggro a level 60 elite because he didn't like your totem. Good. We're going to do something less harmful. Just normal stone skin, and then we're just simply using the right shocks. In this case, I mentioned that I'm using frost shock way too little. Well, guess what? Today is the day where that changes. Murloc's quasi back for frost shock because that's the anti run away method. Very nice. I think I can just grind down these few Murlocs. I mean, it's 20, so few might be a bit of an overstatement. But overall, we've been doing very well. I mean, I arrived here with the buff, which was kind of 1.5 hours-ish ago, and we've done the entire zone. Still, once we're done with that quest, this year is halfway done. 6 out of 10 Murloc legs. So once we're done with that, we're pretty much done with the entire zone. Trade in Pool of Tears, and then it's basically Desolays if we wanted to go to the other continent. But I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. The other alternative is just to go back to Stranglethorn and do a couple of quests there. Still have the Buccaneers. Could do everything including the captains at level 43. That's definitely doable.
That spell isn't ready yet. It can't join our
That will be a double pull.
charge.
Okay, just want to finish this guy as quickly as possible. And now I'll keep enough mana for Frost Shock. Yeah, if you're out of mana, this becomes a bit more cumbersome. Specifically when your only source of damage is reduced by 50% due to a hit chance reduction.
Inventory is full.
Good, as always, since this is yet another very grindy quest. Oh nice, Golden Pearl, that's a very, very good find. Since it's another grindy quest, I'll just fast forward for you and see how long it's going to take. Good, we killed almost all of them. Now we just need flesh eaters, either in the cave, or there seems to be like one here. Is that really the case? It seems to me like we need to go into the cave, but before we need to do that, let's finish our monstrous crabs.
I'm out of range.
Alright, so these are the guys that we need.
That's still recharging. I can't keep
There's like one outside of the cave. And that's the one we're currently pulling. And we need 10 of them. Okay. I stand corrected. There are a couple of them here. Not many, but 4. Well, that's okay, I suppose. And there seem to be a few more up here. So we're just making our way to the north, trying to get as many of those flesh eaters as possible. Okay, we finally did it. It was a long journey. I need to grind all the way up here. Lots and lots of murlocs down, and the crabs on top of it. But at the end it worked out well. Would I recommend this as a great leveling experience? Potentially not, because Somnus is always near and the enemies weren't like particularly stacked up. Plus on top of it, it's a grind quest with even irregular drops, so a couple of things just going not necessarily for the quest. It's like Stranglethorn, but more mobs have been added in that you don't need and that make your life difficult, and all of the kill quests have turned into drop quests that irregularly drop. Yeah, something along those lines. Let's see what we're getting for our efforts. I think there is one more quest.
for the Horde. Blood and thunder.
Well, for our troubles, we certainly have been very, very nicely rewarded. And this is
Strength.
continued threat. Okay. Well, we're going to come back for that. Level 45 kind of tells me that we will need to also fight orange mobs. So, not happening now. But we will be back here for the Sunken Temple sooner or later. And there's nothing wrong with having that quest ready when we are coming back. I'll just check real quick if it has any major follow-ups. Alright, back in our camp I realized that indeed there is a follow-up for the Murlocs. And not just a small one, but actually a pretty sizable one. That seems to be a threat from the sea quest line. So that's interesting, because that means there is quite a bit that can be done. So apparently it's lack of supplies into more supplies into threat from the sea, which is the first kill quest. Then another threat from the sea, and then finally that leads to even more quests, continued threat, and never mind, there is no further quests behind it. It's just killing them. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Good, one more quest to trade in. I think after that one we're done for now in the Swamp of Sorrows. I also cleaned up my inventory. This is a quest for the hinterlands, which is great. I like it. Transition over here. Yep, that'll lead to a nice chain for the Sunken Temple. And I think what we're going to do with the rest of our experience for this level is we're just going to do the pirate quests. There are still 2 more to go, which is good, and we have a quest to trade in. And then afterwards, I'm a bit torn. This here is great, but I think we have more quests over here just to trade in. For starters, we got the stolen debt that we need to bring to Tanaris, and with level 43 we're good, definitely good enough for Tanaris. Secondly, we do have a quest here in Ratchet, Stinky's Escape. And we did have Soothing Spices here, which I'm carrying around since a long time, so it would be that into Desolays, where we're trading in on Geku, and then we're getting that Deep Strider down. So we can do all of that before going to Tanaris. Essentially quite a few quests actually that we need to finish, but before we do anything, let's first of all get back to Booty Bay. Enough waffling in the Swamp of Sorrows. It's time for our favorite zone, String of Thorn. Very good, so pirate action. So, before we're jumping onto boats, we still have a further enchantment to do. Going back to our Naga friends, these guys this time drop Explorers. Could have combined that with the Acro seed that we have gotten from them a bit earlier. So yet again, just like the Raptors, a bit off in the timing of that enchantment quest, which is why I wanted to do it now, so that we're if there's another follow-up quest, that we're not being in the same situation. We don't just need to kill Nagas, we need to also get holy water from the spring at the center. going to be quite a bit of fighting. We'll need to fight our way all the way up there, and then once we're up there, get the spring water. That needs to be traded in here in 1 gold. And then afterwards, we're hopefully almost ready with that quest line. Let me see. We had another 46 quest over here. We're going to leave that be for now. Also Zenziel's Secret, not a quest that I immediately want to do. We can come back kind of mid-40s, and then this is going to be easy peasy. Lots of double and triple pulls with that quest in particular. And the pirates themselves are technically also difficult. Let's see if I really want to solo them. We're going to see how it goes. The big problem with the pirates is that the ships are unfortunately not properly blocking line of sight. So you oftentimes find yourself in a situation where you then need to fight multiple enemies, although you haven't really pulled them. And that sucks. Specifically for the pirate captain, very often I've seen situations that you are fighting a whole bunch of them, say 5 plus, just because it's such a bad pull. God, this enchantment quest would have been so easy if we would have done it on parallel with the other quests. Yeah, it's just quite literally kill 10 of these guys and get the water. I needed to do that anyways. Just realized from the damage that he was taken, or the lack thereof, that these must have nature resistance. Would make sense that Nagas have a bit of nature resist. That or frost resistance. Anyways, let me clear that inner area, and then we're getting that moon water. Alright, look at that, we found ourselves a rare. Perfect timing for that. We just got elemental mastery up. Let's blast this guy down. Wow, look at that. Nice. Talisman of the Naga Lord. 10 stamina. That's actually a really good item. Alright, clearing the rest here, and then we're ready to get that spring water. Our upfront damage is crazy. Just look at it. Good. I've also watched the length of the recording, and despite my attempt to abbreviate things, as always, it has become a little bit longer. But we've seen a couple of quests that we elsewise wouldn't have done before, focused really on that Swamp of Sorrow area and a few longer quest chains, so I think that was worth it. Let me grab that holy water, and then we're getting the hell out of here. There might be someone coming when we're grabbing it. I'm not 100% sure. We're just getting ready with a nice stone skin totem. The answer is no. No one is coming. Fantastic. We now do have a trade in up there. And we got plenty of pirates down here. So suggestion, I'll do the pirates and then we're doing a round of trading in. But that might happen in the next episode, because for now it's fair to say that we have seen enough action for one episode. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a good one and see you all in the next episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. Bye bye.